Although the substitution effect of a higher real interest rate affects borrowers and lenders in the same way, it always makes current consumption more expensive and encourages people to save more. It turns out that the income effect will depend on whether you're a lender or a borrower. I think this is fairly intuitive. If you're a lender, then a higher real interest rate increases the return on your savings and therefore allows you to consume even more in the future. Therefore, it's going to be a positive income effect. Whereas if you're a borrower, then the higher real interest rate makes it more expensive for you to borrow, and that reduces your consumption in the future. Therefore, there's a negative income effect. So we can see that in these pictures. The red line here is going to give you the substitution effect. And so it's the substitution effect. And that's going to induce you to move from F to G. Okay, so this particular consumer is a lender, so was initially consuming at point F, where current consumption is less than current income, and therefore there's positive savings. The substitution effect makes current consumption more costly, and so she moves along the red line from point F to point G, and that is the pure substitution effect. Now the blue line adds in income. So it adds in the income effect of the higher real interest rate. And so what we're going to get from the income effect is movement in this northeastern direction from point G to somewhere between G prime and G double prime. So that's how a higher real interest rate affects a lender. Now if we turn to a borrower, again the red line, and this is what I'm emphasizing, the red line is the same. It is the substitution effect. And it doesn't matter whether you're a borrower or a lender, you're still going to have the substitution effect get you to move from point F to point G on this red line. So you're first going to slide up there. Current consumption is more expensive, and so even though you're a borrower, you are going to borrow less due to the substitution effect. But now here's the difference. The blue line, because you're a borrower, the higher real interest rate actually reduces your income. So the blue line subtracts income. And now what you're going to end up doing is moving in this southwestern direction from point G, again to somewhere between G and G prime. So if you're a borrower, a higher real interest rate will have a negative income effect. But as I have tried to emphasize, the substitution effect is the same whether you're a borrower or a lender.